Here. Today I want to show you one of my first video games that I made. It's a video game about windsurf. It's not a realistic one, it's a funny one. There are some funny things in it, so if you do windsurf you can enjoy, otherwise it's difficult to enjoy the stuff. In the next month I will start to publish some video games again on the internet. This one was just an exercise for me. I had to put in action to try something that I learned about the software that I was using. So here it is. The video games that I'm going to do now are concept video games. For example, there are the concept album music that are they're not just a list of songs, but are songs with some meanings. I want to do the same with the video games. They will be short video games, not like 10 hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's enough because there is a lot of work behind this. For example, this one I made all by myself. I think that I made it in 2 weeks. I don't remember very well. It was in January. I published it in January. So it is. I made also the soundtrack and the art, the pixel art in it. Also the coding. We will see that the software that I use, it's a constructor. You don't need to know the coding, but it's a little bit different. So it's a 2D video game, so you have to go from it's an arcade, so you have to go from one point to another. It's a platform. You have and you have to avoid the enemies. The enemies are other people with the windsurf or the kite surfer, and other enemies that we will see now. Here we are. This is our character. You can jump, going left and right with the arrows. And you have to avoid the other enemies. I used more than one layer, as you can see. I put some parallax effect for giving some depth, illusion to the video. As you can see, there is another guy with a windsurfer. You have to avoid it, otherwise you fall, you lose, you start from the beginning. There are some seagulls here, the clouds. What you have to do, you have to go and be ready and jump. Speaking with some of my friends, they told me that this one was a very difficult video game to play. It's strange because when I was young there were a lot of video games and they were hard to play it. A stage you had to play more than one time for finish it, and this was also the meaning of the video games. It was not something easy that would be very boring after some times. But now I have to decide how to do these video games, because if I do something too difficult, the people are not enjoy it. So let's go to another stage. In this stage there is another kind of enemy. This guy with the green sail, they can jump. So you have to be very fast to move, because otherwise it comes for you. In this game I started to work with the EI of the enemies. For example, this one just goes right and left until they find something like this. They find a object that they stop to see the others. In this case, there is a kite surfer falling from the sky. You have to know that here in Trieste, the people that does windsurf don't like very much the people that do kite surf. So this is one of the funny stuff about it. Start again. This was difficult. As you can listen to, there is the host. It's very simple. For example, here we are. There is a shark in the stage, and for example, in this stage you have to learn. You have to think how to avoid him because it's coming after you. In this case, the AI of this enemy, it's made that it's coming after you. If you go left, it goes left. If it goes right, it goes right. So the same in this one. In this one, there is this cloud that you have to avoid because it has a thunder. So you have to go to the end. It was a very short video game. It was just an exercise for me. Hope you enjoyed. If you want, you can play in the on Congregate or yes, this one was just on Congregate. It's a free site that you can play some video games. I will give you the link. And so, what's the motto now? In the next month, I will restart to publish some video games. As I said before, it will be a concept video game. So you will see. I hope you will enjoy it. I'm very happy that I found this software because I always wanted to do some video games, but some years ago it was very difficult to do it. And now it's a lot easier to do it. So. So in the next month you will start to see on this channel also a video about video games, and some of them may be they will be difficult to understand. Some of them will be just in Italian because or in some dialect. Something I saw that there are no video games about stuff happening in little cities. For example, I want to do some video games about Trieste, it's where I live. That it will be just for the people that are living here, or I will do other video games in some regions of that you can enjoy it just if you're from this region, because otherwise you don't know what is going on, what's all about. But all of them will be in English, and everybody will understand everything. But I will put all the stuff here because otherwise I have to open another channel just for that. It's too messy. So hope you enjoy. See you next week, and stop.